Welcome to Caffeine and Nicotine,
a podcast where we talk about things,
hit our vapes,
and drink coffee.
I'm Tiberius.
And I'm Rain.
Here's a conversation.
So, recently on Facebook, on social media, there have been a lot of posts by people, memes floating around, emphasizing what you should be doing with this, quote, extra time in quarantine. How have you been interacting with it? Like, are you on the side of, yeah, this is that moment, or do you have a different take on it?
I'm definitely on the side of, like, this is our moment, if there ever was one. I've still been working intermittently, like 7 to 10 days every other week or every 2 weeks, depending. So, like, it's been a weird schedule, and we also, still have kids. So that presents its own challenges to actually getting work done. I'm definitely on the side of, like, people should be making things, if at all possible. Oh no! Oh, alright. It's fine.
Just a little fire adjustment.
I really disliked that one post that we read that was like, no, you shouldn't be taking this time to, like, do all these other things. Take this time to be with your family and relax, and don't succumb to the pressure that is people trying to challenge you to be a better version of yourself, seemingly. Like, that seemed odd to me.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a well-formed argument. I did see something earlier, talking about the pressure that comes along with moments like this, and essentially described a different perspective. So I guess they were criticizing a meme that was going around saying, like, if you don't come out of quarantine without having built a new skill or, things of the like, then it wasn't that there wasn't enough time. It was you. Like, you didn't have enough discipline, essentially. And so there was a little pushback to this with, well, this is a traumatic time for a lot of people, whether it be evictions or hospital, sick illness, all these different things, losing your job, whatever. Like, it may not be the moment to learn guitar.
Yeah.
It may not be easy, and even if you do have the technical time to do it, you might not be in a headspace where that's practical for you.
Yeah, well, and that one I feel kind of ambiguous. That's not quite the right word. I don't know, because, like, I feel that happening with me, right? Like, I've been pretty depressed. A lot of, like, my core issues and bad coping mechanisms are happening right now. So that's been difficult to deal with, but I still feel like you should try to create if that's your thing. Like, there's some people that's not their thing. Yeah. And I don't feel like those people should be chastised for, like, enjoying this time off or struggling through this time off, Yeah. Like, if your thing is that you're, like, a restaurant manager and you pull in $50,000 a year and you like your job and you're chill with that and you never want to do a different thing, like, that's your favorite thing to do, and you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna get a couple $1,000s to, fuck with this next couple months, and then I'm gonna go back to the job that I like. That seems fair. Like,
we should be able to do that without.
But we both want to create, so this seems like an ideal time for us. And I feel like I'm definitely in that category of, like, I'm trying to create, but it is difficult as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was an interesting counterpoint. It's not necessarily one I would have thought of. My brain immediately goes like, well, making things is probably going to make your whatever mental issues you're going through slightly more manageable.
Yeah.
Like it might be a way for you to process that sort of stuff, which can come off insensitive at times. But
Yeah, I can. That's true. I don't know how to describe that to somebody that doesn't like resonate with that mentality really. It's like your go-to, like one of your coping mechanisms seemingly is creating things.
yeah,
Like you've been doing that for so long. Like even when you were a kid, you said you were making songs and expressing yourself creatively in one way or another, you
Sure.
know? So those seem like your fallback, like coping mechanisms.
yeah,
My fallback coping mechanisms are like, I mean, for a lot of the times I had real shit to cope with, I was just locked in a room by myself. So like my coping mechanisms look like sleep and avoidance and overthinking.
yeah.
And so, like, that's what I'm resorting to, and, like, it's not as productive, and I wish I could work my way out of that faster or easier, but it's not happening for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a real struggle to work out of my, like, I'm just gonna curl up, I'm just gonna ignore the world, I'm gonna find some thought or thing to distract myself with. So yeah, that's just a lot of what I know.
Yeah, that's interesting. The campfire times.
What would you do with, like, those creative urges if somebody were to lock you in a cement room with no, like, writing utensils, no internet, obviously, like, nothing, no outlet for that, really? Just, like, lock you in a room.
I mean, I probably wouldn't. I imagine I wouldn't do anything with the creative parts. I'd probably just do systematized sort of things. Just dudes who do like push-ups and sit-ups and so many squats and burpees and stuff like that.
Oh, that wasn't really an option either.
Yeah, I'd probably go to like counting things. Like that sort of fallback tends to be OCD based
Yeah.
for me. There are enough
I don't mean
things
this
in
to be
your head.
minimizing, but your coping mechanisms seem so much more practical. Like, I know that they have their, like, glaring downsides,
Sure.
right? But, like, they do just seem genuinely more practical.
I mean, it seems like a lot of coping mechanisms at the heart of them have a practical idea. It's just how far do you go from a good execution of said idea? If it's like, I need dopamine. Okay, there's a lot of ways to get dopamine, and there are definitely better ways and worse ways.
Yeah.
Or I want oxytocin. Like, okay. Whoever
Okay.
you get that connection from, like, that matters.
But, like, what is the alternative coping mechanism to, like, I don't know what to call it really, like, ultimate escapism? Like, trying to pull your brain so far away from your own existence that you're, like, incapable of like resonating with that in any way. There's a word for that. I can't think of what it is right now.
Dissociating?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's meditation. I used to dissociate a lot more before I dove into meditating. Because it's like, in a way, that's just a higher execution score version of the same idea.
That makes sense.
At least in my interpretation of the word. I might be misunderstanding the technical definition of it.
No, I feel like that one's fair. I just don't know how to exactly get there from where I'm at, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, as of right now, I feel like I'm so low on the meditation totem pole, you know?
Sure.
And so it's like, that feels nearly impossible. Like, I've achieved brief interactions with the state of, like, actual meditation and feeling that disconnect from everything. But I don't feel like I could get there right now. I feel like it would take me months or at least weeks of work to get there. So, like, for right now, I'm just like, all right, if I play chess while there's a thing playing on the TV, while I'm thinking about a different thing, then maybe I won't ever have to think about reality. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I tend to think, use that. I view a lot of the situations in, like, the reality that you were describing, right, as the dog chasing you, right? And then you place the things I need to make in front of me as the way to not only get away from said dog if I run towards those things, but also have some shelter from that so I can stop running.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what you're saying makes practical sense. Like, I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I just don't know how to get there from where I'm at.
Yeah. We'll get there. Or maybe you won't get to that spot, but you get to another functional spot that works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the sort of thing that has to do with, the differences in how we interact with the world. Maybe.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my vape.